D with one lady too. What's her name? Pretty?
No, this is Shekhar, and we have Lakshmi.
Oh, that's okay.
Hello, Lakshmi. Lakshmi, can you hear me?
Hello?
Take a 1 minute.
Okay.
Hello, Lakshmi, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, Shekhar, I'm here. But maybe.
So, I think Nicholas is also there in the call, so we can start, I think, just... Lakshmi, you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, this is the second overview session, and
Okay.
the agenda here we discuss all about the process, how the connectivity happens, what are the different staging areas, what are the addition, what is staging area and active area. All these concepts we see in detail, and when you create the change request, how the record gets committed, all these things we can discuss. So point by point, if you see, first I give overview of the master data governance process. Overview means it is something in a way how the data commit happens and all we discuss. And then additions is one of the concept applicable for the finance related master data. So all finance master data is a time dependent. Like if I create a account, that account must be valid for certain period only. After that, it should be invalidated. If we want to continue, we have to extend the validity period. So using additions, we control the master data validity period. That is only for finance related master data. And the next topic is specific and general processes. In MDG, specific processes, I think better if I go into that slide and explain in more detail. And here in the fourth point, we have a change request. What is a change request? We see we try to create, display one change request and how the data is being edited and how the process would take place. All this we can see. And another next change is mass change. If I want to update one of the field for 100 or more records, even more than any more than 10 number of records, it would be flexible. I can update one field value straight away by using a mass change request. And search objects and configuration of the change process we just see. So let me go. So this is the overview of the master data governance process. If we see here, there are three different layers we can see. One is in gray color, and second one is in brown, and third layer is in blue color. So the MDG part, master data governance layer is in brown color. So whatever the processes we run in master data governance system or MDG system is highlighted in brown, and the background and the blue color is the transactional system or downstream systems. So we so in a typical master data management, so there are first what do we do is we create a change request and maintain the master data in that. So once we maintain the master data, we move into the validations part. Like in the validations, what kind of validations are enrichment related or duplication check? Such a validations we can trigger in the validation step. And when you are validating the data, maybe you may need to call some external systems using a web service or any RFC connection kind of things. So for that purpose, MDG is capable of connecting to service-oriented architecture related systems, and so MDG also in SOA, so we can consume the whatever the web service which is already available, and we can validate the whatever the information is user entered. And also similarly duplication check. As I mentioned earlier, so duplication check in earlier versions it was not there, but in current version 8.0 onwards, duplication check is also enabled in MDG itself. So before 8.0, we have to connect to external systems like Terex and enterprise services, such kind of third-party systems. So that kind of interfacing also we can build in the MDG. So when you click on the validate or check the data, so it connect to the third-party system, and the whatever the service we are expecting, we can take into MDG. So similarly, address cleansing or address enrichment. There is an SAP product which can provide us addresses. Like if I enter street number and the pin code number, it shows us the possible houses in that particular postal code and in that street. Such, I mean, it auto fills the address related information for few countries, not for every country. For many of the countries in EU, in US, in North America and here in Europe. So for that purpose, we can use SAP Business Object Data Services. So after validating, and once we make sure the data is good with good quality and all, then we move that to approval process. In the approval step, whoever is data steward or business approver will come and they activate the record. So the draft version record gets activated and it will be moved into the replication step. Replicate in the sense, so whatever the record I activated just now in MDG after governance, I can replicate to the downstream systems. Downstream systems here, it can be SAP system or non-SAP system. If it is an SAP system, we can use IDOC interfacing. Otherwise, if it is a non-SAP system, we need to use some services. MDG has provided some replication services. We can use those services and we can replicate our master data to the third-party systems. Okay. After replicating, further enrichments or further local processes, any department level data or any local information to be maintained, that can be maintained locally, because we always maintain global information only in the MDG level. Any local specific to one company code or specific to one region in that system, that can be maintained in the downstream systems. So this is the high level overview. And if we go to the next slide, here somehow the same picture has been shown in different way. So how the data gets committed and how the data will be retrieved, all these can be understood in this slide. So for example, so first step, what do we do in this process? Maintain. So in the maintain, when we are maintaining the record or updating any existing master data record, first what I should do is, first I retrieve my record from the active area. So here in this slide, we can see different layers again. So first one is the bottom one is active area, and in the between staging area is there. And the change request is not a layer. This is just an identifier when you are changing something. So when you want to update a master data record or you want to create, first what do? We maintain the information in the change request level. So once we maintain that information, if it is an update, I have to take it from active area, and then I update, and in the next stage, I submit my data through a change request that go and sit in a changed information, sit in a staging area. That is one area. SAP has created some staging area. That means whenever you activate the master data governance model, it creates the staging tables, generates the staging tables. So whatever the relevant information is there, that go on save in the staging area. So then the updated data will be validated from the staging area. So old version we get in the active area, and whatever the updated information we can get in the staging area for that step 2. So here the updated information gets validated, and once the validations are successful, then I move into approval stage. When I approve my record, the draft version will get activated and pushed into the active area. Here you can see the active area. So again, I'm placing the modified version of the records in active area. Okay, and once I save my once I updated my information, I have to replicate this information to the downstream system. So for that purpose, replication framework has been provided in SAP MDG, which takes the information from active area and send that master data record, updated record into downstream systems. So this is the internally how it happens at the database level and UI level. I mean, the connectivity between database and UI happens in this way. So during our approval stage, we are saving, I mean, we are keeping our record in the staging area. Once the record gets approved, I'm again updating the record whichever was there in active area with the new information, and then I syndicate it to the I replicate it to the downstream systems. So here any questions, Nicholas?
No, it's okay.
Hi Shekhar, can you just repeat the second step? I didn't understand. After creating a change request, the data goes to the staging area, right?
Yeah. There are two layers in MDG available. One is active area, that is nothing but a actual master data table. Okay, staging area is something, a middle layer for the temporarily storage purpose. Whatever the draft information I created, whatever the changes I made, that new version will go on save in the staging area. That is also a generated tables by SAP. And during approval stage, that draft version would be there in the staging area. After I approve, it go and pushed into the active area.
Okay.
So I'm temporarily storing my, if I don't want to approve, if I reject, what should happen? The changes which I made in the staging area has to be cleared, and old version has to be present in the active area for rollbacking purpose. So just during approve, until I approve that change record, I cannot say this is the real modified information. So once I approve, again I am pushing back the updated information into the active area. So just to make it clear, I just try to explain in the system, then just maybe it would be good for you. So for example, material master. Material master data gets saved in Mara table. This is the active area actually. This is the actual master data table. So whatever the master data record or whatever the material I created gets stored in these tables. Mara is one of the tables, and like that we have MARC. So many other tables are supporting tables are there for the material. So for example, if I am trying to change some of the descriptions in this particular material, 359 material. So what I should do, this is the active area, right? I want to update the one of the field. Maybe I want to MCOND is one of the field, and I want to fill the information like with 1 instead of space. So what I should do, I should retrieve my data from this active area, and I make the changes in the UI. When I submit, it goes and gets saved in MDG IMG. In MDG IMG, we have data models, right? This data model. So this is the data model for material. So to see the generated table, we have to go into SE38. USMD, there is a program which we have in SE38. Just enter the data model name and see. So here you can see generated tables. These are the physical generated tables for the data model. Okay. So if I am changing some of the information in material, so this is the one sample table where you can see the drafted version of the data. Just let me only one record is there. So this record is temporarily being stored here with a flag of 0. 0 means inactive. 1 means active. So when I activate my record, so the flag will get 1 here and gets pushed into Mara table. So this is what the active table. So this is what the actual active table, and this is the generated table. So in generated table, the record gets saved only during approval process. That means from this step to this step. After approval, again I am pushing that record, modified record, into here in the Mara table, or in case of material. So the active information will be pulled from the active area, and I push into other downstream systems like these 3 systems. Okay, is it clear, Lakshmi, now?
Shekhar, can you just repeat that procedure from in the system which you have shown, because I got a little confused. There is a lot of navigation from here and there with that. Can you just repeat one?
So yeah, so just you need to understand only one thing: active area, staging area. Okay, Mara is the actual table in SAP for storing the material information. This is another table I have shown you in SC38. After executing the program, I get the generated tables. This is one of the generated tables. This is the check table. What is the name of the table? This is the table name. So if you double click, it goes into the generated table. Here, this is the generated table. If you go to the records information, so here whatever is stored is a draft version. You can see USMD active is the flag. If I have an active record, that means the flag should be 1. 0 means it is an inactive record. Inactive means drafted record. So whatever the field you want to change from the Mara, I change in the UI level and store it here for temporary purpose. Once I approve, I completely delete the record from here and move the same information back into Mara table. This is active table. So any sales order, any purchase order, whatever you are raising, whenever you are selecting a material, that gets picked up from Mara table. Okay?
Yeah. And you have changed one value, right? That one, can you show me once?
So, for example, let me take one field, maybe BASMT is one of the fields. Okay, here in active, let me see, this is a field, right? This is the whole material number field. Currently, I don't have any information for one of the record, let us assume. I'm not taking the real time scenario, just I'm telling you only one example, how the data movement happens. So, material, take the information, whatever is available will be shown in the UI level. So, UI is, you can see here somehow, in the UI, I am accessing so and so material. So I can see all information of that material. So whatever the value I want to update, I update in the UI and I submit or save, right? When I save, the record will be taken from here in Mara, and means the record would be there in Mara, until I approve, even after also, whenever I am moving into the staging area. So just I take a copy of current version, show it to the user modifies, and again when he saves, it go and gets saved in this particular table. So here the blank value will be filled, okay, but this is not activated version at the moment. So it goes into the data expert who reviews the information, modified information, and he approves this record. Then approved record has BASMT value, which go and latest version of that material record moved into RR table. So you understand? Temporarily we are moving into the staging for update purpose.
Yes, Shekhar, understood. But maybe in the later class we will be showing how to create a change request, how the data movement goes, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just expecting that you create a change request, it goes to the staging area, then you activate it, it goes to the active area.
That anyway,
Okay.
that anyway we will be seeing in the later, in detail. So this is just
Yeah.
an overview, right? How it runs the process and all we want to see. Okay. In the next slide, if you see here, some request and maintain change request. So there is an additional step here added, that is a request. So I can create one change request without selecting any material, and I give it to some person who maintains the data. So that is what here request means. So, for example, let me try show you. No, this is not. Well, let me go ahead. Somehow this is slow. Here, just one additional step, that is I create the change request and then I add the material records to the change request. That is what the additional step here. And next slide, I just try to cover. This is additions. What exactly the addition means? So in finance, for example, in finance, what happens is we need time-dependent accounts, profit centers. Everything is a time-dependent. For example, if I create an account 1000. So this must have a validity period. So this is valid from January 15th to March 15th. Let us assume like that. This is for 1 quarter. So the validity, I don't maintain the validity at material level. So, I mean, account level, what I do is I created edition. In the edition E1, I maintain the validity like 112015 from 11205 to 31st032015. So this is the validity period. So when I am creating this account, what I do is I just mention what is my edition. My edition is E1. So automatically this validity period is applicable for this account. So after March 2015, March 2050, this account gets expired. So if I want again to extend this account to the second quarter, what I do is I create another edition 2015, and again for the rest of the quarter, like 30 June 06 2015. Like that, I create another edition, and same record again I extend. So the attributes here A1, A2, like that I have values. Similarly, in the quarter 2, the attributes can get changed or it remains same. So attribute 1 remains changed, but this has got changed to C1. So I need to create this account again with the in addition to. So this is specially required for the finance related. We can see the details in our data modeling level, why we need this and all, a little bit functional requirement, I would say. Why, in the sense, after each quarter I want to publish my company reports, results, to the public, because this is a public company, public limited company. I want to publish my results to the every stakeholder. So how can I make sure, and how can I run that report based on this validity period? So when I take this 1000 account with the edition 1, I get results for the quarter 1. Similarly, when I run the same account with the edition 2, I get the results for the second quarter. So that is the main purpose. And also in finance, what they do is normally they create the accounts before they enter into the E2, or second quarter. They create all the accounts, whatever they want. Whatever, for example, for this quarter they need some accounts, 100 accounts. They create all those accounts with the validity period and keep it for as temporarily in the edition. So when the day 1 of the April comes, immediately I release my edition E2. Immediately these all accounts will go and gets activated or replicated into the downstream systems. So that is the main purpose. So until I enter into the quarter, I just keep this as a draft versions, and when I release my edition, all records go on the gets saved in the active wherever the transactions I am running. So that is the main purpose of the edition. So any questions here for the editions? I think we can see this example. Maybe after this also, if you are not able to understand, we can discuss. So for example, how the edition related change request runs. First, what we do is a corporate master data administrator creates an edition. So for this quarter, whatever the accounts I want, for that purpose I create one edition. Since I am the administrator for the corporation, so I create, and then I create the change request for the each account, or it depends on multiple accounts also can be maintained in one change request. So I create all my change requests, I maintain master data. One moment. Okay, after creating the edition, I create the change request and maintain the master data. It goes to the corporate master data person who is responsible. There they maintain the data, and then it gets approved. So all accounts gets ready in the edition level. So since till the time I create all the required accounts in my edition, I don't release that edition. So after all accounts are ready, or any profit centers or cost centers ready, I release the edition. So after releasing the edition, immediately I replicate my accounts information into the local systems. This is the way normally we follow for the finance related master data. So we have to see the finance master data differently from material or customer master data. So since it has a addition, I mean, addition means time dependent information, but material is not a time dependent. If I create a material in my system now, that is valid until I mark for deletion. So it is it will be active as long as I want in my system. But in accounts case, this is the time dependent, and after 2 years also I want to run some reports for the 2012 first quarter one. So I need what was the my version of the account at that stage. So that I can pick up and I run the account. I mean that quarter results or reports. So that is the main purpose of the editions. So is there any questions? I mean, I think it is clear for you, the editions part.
Yeah, hi Shekhar. So this edition doesn't work for material data?
We don't need actually. I mean, if we want to have editions, we can have, but we don't need, right? In real-time business, if I am creating a material, the material will be same forever. So there is no need of having the editions or time dependency for materials information.
Okay. So in the case of only finance, we need for this time dependent, right?
Yeah, that is the main purpose, because I mean, for the last 1 year I want to run the results, so I have to have the each attribute information, whatever the version was there and how I posted, all that information I needed. So the time dependency is there in finance.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
So moving on to the next slide. So same, I mean, whatever I explained in the earlier slides, in a different pictorial diagram, here it is shown. So I create the change request. I create the change request. Who is the user? I mean, business user creates the change request. He passes that change request to the master data expert, who enter or maintain the master data record here. He completes the single processing. Then the record, I mean, if I submit and finalize, yes, if it is finalized, what I should do, this is the process modeling actually I do normally. So if I finalize, it goes to the master data steward for the approval, final approval. No, if I mean, I have not finalized, so add, or I mean, if I want to validate some more information, I can validate. So it will be with me only for the time being. So if the master data steward approves, then the data gets activated and replicated into the downstream system. If this master, if master data steward has some queries, what he do normally is send it back to the master data expert. So master data expert has to rework on the master data record, and whatever the changes he want, master data steward want, they inform in the comment section. So the same thing can be fulfilled by master data expert in the rework, and then he resubmits. So if resubmit again finalize, then it goes again back to final approval. If the master data expert feel like this is not required at the moment, so he withdraws the change request. So the changes whatever we made in the draft version will be rolled back completely. So old version of the master data record would be there in the active area. So this is the entire flow, how it runs in a master data process, master data governance process. It would be like this. Okay, here I can see the create change request. In the initial screen, when I log into the NWBC, here, so when I log into the NWPC, I will be able to see the screen like this. So if I want to maintain, this is my work center. So where I can see, if I want to create the edition, I click on this and I create the edition. Edition comparison, there are different options. Based on your role, whatever the role assigned to you, you will be able to see all the options in your work center. So for the radar application, so these are all possible: file import, file export, file converter, like that. There are some options. If you are the right person and if you are in right role, you will be able to do all these activities. So for example, here change request. So change request, what we can see, create change request. I create my change request and modify whatever the info I want, whatever the material or whatever the master data record I want to modify, I modify in the change request and I send it for the approval. So these options I can see here. So create, if I click on this particular link, I will be routed to the change request form. There I can fill all the information and I submit it to the further approval. Similarly, if I want to see my change request, I can see. So these are all the, I would say this is the work center for a user who has got whatever the role they have. Depending on that, you will be able to see all these options in your initial screen of the MD's UI. So moving on to the next slide. So if MDG enables mass change, especially during initial data loads. So what exactly the mass change means? So I have 100 materials and I want to change some of the attributes, like unit of measure for all those 100 materials. So what I do is I take all those 100 materials in a file and I upload into my change request. So automatically a draft version will get created with the updated information, and you are able to, after master data expert approves, so it gets activated and all attributes for the respective materials gets changed. So this is what mass data change means. So search objects. So in MDG, so if you want to do some search on some of the materials or customers or any master data, we have a search option. There you log in. Once you go to the work center, there you can search for a customer. For example, this screen is for the customer. So there are different options available. Search method. So based on address, I want to search. So I select that from the drop down, and if I select fuzzy logic, so it runs the fuzzy logic. So it even if there are any typos, it matches and show you in the down. I mean in the search results. So you can enter whatever the field attributes values you want to have. You can enter here, and so automatically the results will be shown here. So this is what the search application we have in MDG. So yeah, this is a bit typical complete process. So maybe we can discuss. I mean, at this stage, I don't want to take you through this particular process. So some different terminologies are there. These are all covered in process modeling. So business activity, logical action, workflow, all these we can discuss in the process modeling in detail. So at this stage, just let us leave this slide maybe. So if you have any questions, maybe we can take. I will try to show you, but I mean here somehow the system is not responding properly to show you the, I mean, one sample change request and how the changes happens and all. If you have any questions, we can take it now. Lakshmi and Nicole.
No, Shikhar, as of now, just waiting for checking in the system so that I can understand clearly more.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I will try. I have another access. Let me try if I can.
Yes, me too. I prefer to see real sample, real example.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll try. I mean, I have another system access. I will. Let me try if it is working. We can see there.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. One moment, I will try. Yeah. So I just try. So for example, search material. Here is the option where this is a NWBC screen. When you go to the work center, you will be able to see the options like this. So these are the options which you will be able to perform. And if I go to the customer governance, I can maintain the customer information. So let me take one example here. So customer maintenance. So search for a customer. So if you see here, there are different search processes possible. Address search, enterprise search, remote client key search, such kind of things available. So I need to select whatever the search method I want to perform, and after that, if you know some name, you can, I mean, whatever the name 1, name 2, or house number, street base, whatever the field you are you can give. These are the fields, possible fields. Based on this, you can search. So if you search for the customers, so we get all the details. So here are the customers which we have in the system. So if I give ITELO, I think this is the one. So let me click on the one customer. Maybe we can see the details, how it look like in UI level. So this is my customer. So all these are, I mean, just this is in currently display mode. So if I want to change, I need to edit the customer, and what I do is, so if I want to edit my customer, I just click here. Then it asks me to select, to fill the details. When this change request is getting created, this is the change request. Okay. Change. I lost it. Sorry, actually, maybe next time I will show you. Maybe in the next class I will show you all those details. Sorry, my system is not responding properly.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
And the remote,
Yeah, no problem.
remote connection is also not working. I mean, I have another system details, but that is being used by someone else.
Okay.
Okay. So just, I mean, I share some documents. If you give me the email IDs, just one
Yeah.
moment.
Okay.
Since we complete with the these things overview part, and one more is there, but you can go through these detailed presentations. I will share. I mean, Naveen, do you have the email IDs of Nicholas and Lakshmi?
Yeah, email, yes, my email, yes.
Yeah, I've just sent you in the chat.
Are you
Shekhar.
asking?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
You're able to see it?
Yes, I received it since.
Okay.
You need the email?
Yeah, Nicholas, please. Give. And Nicholas, please send your email ID in chat. Maybe I can add you.
Oh, I cannot send it.
Yeah, can you spell it
Cannot
otherwise?
do. It's very long, very long.
How is it? In the chat, you are not able to send? Lakshmi
No.
was able to send.
I don't know, my colleague. Could you send my colleague or not?
Yeah. I took. Here, chat option is there. You can type.
You got
it?
I sent
No,
it.
not yet. No. Let me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I hope I got it.
Yeah.
Hotmail. Is this Hotmail? Nicholas.
Hotmail. Hotmail.com, yes.
Nicholas K01@hotmail.com.
You got Nicholas K01 at hotmail.com? Yes, it could work. Yeah.
Oh.
There is this one.
Yeah, this is, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I make first of all I send it to ExpertSoft.
Okay.
I think when we start to see example, and later you make interaction between the example and the slide, will be more sample for us. Is that right?
Sorry, can you...
I said when tomorrow we have access to the system and you can start to show us some example, for example.
Okay.
You interact.
Yeah, sure.
Between SAP and the slide, we can understand better. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Documents again. Yes, I forwarded the material. Maybe you can go through these presentations, so you will get lot many more information. I think whatever I explained is in very detail for specific to each master data. So if you go through these documents, definitely you will get some overview and idea of what is the master data governance and all. So if you have any questions, so tomorrow again we can discuss about all these overview related questions, and then we will be going ahead with the next process modeling. I mean, one more presentation is there. That is a very small presentation. I can explain in half an hour like that, and then we will start with the process modeling in the next class.
Yes, Shekhar.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing the document.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you.
Everybody.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Tomorrow. Bye.
Tomorrow at the same time, 7:30 p.m.
Yes, I hope. I mean, yeah, that is only convenient, right? Convenient time, right, for you, or you have any other time?
Nothing. We'll just continue with the same timings.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Bye.